And I think we were the only ones that like viscerally had a reaction to that. Everyone's like, "Oh,
yeah,"
and
no,
like very soft.
Me and Kadija screamed loudly,
and, like, leapt off our seats. Like, how else would you react to that? Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dial M for Movies, the podcast where we overthink movies so you don't have to. I'm Kadija.
And I'm Olivia.
And if you're a first-time listener, welcome. You picked a great episode to jump into. And if you're a returning listener, thank you for coming back and enabling us once again. A bit of housekeeping before we start. If you're enjoying the show, we'd love a 5-star rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It helps the podcast grow a lot. It helps new listeners find us and honestly just really makes our day. You can also keep up with us over on Instagram and TikTok where we post clips from the show and interviews that we do. Follow us at Dial M for Movies Pod. You can like, comment, lurk. And on the agenda today, we have 2 movies that could not be more different. The Devil Wears Prada 2, directed by Frankel, and Hokum, directed by Damien McCarthy. But before I jump into all that, Liv, how was your week in movies and shows?
It's been a bit. It's been a couple of weeks.
It has been a couple since we actually recorded. Yeah.
Yeah. So my roommate is watching Star Wars for the first time, so I kind of jumped in and started watching it with her. So I watched Return of the Jedi with her. As well as, I guess, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And then we also watched Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. And then tomorrow we're going to watch Revenge of the Sith. So having a very good time rewatching all of those. I rewatched Bo Burnham's Bo Burnham's Make Happy and Bo Burnham's Inside all in one night because I was just like needing to do that.
Yeah.
And I had an amazing time. I love him. I think he's the voice of our generation. I think he's a genius. I adore him. So yeah, I rewatched all of those. Rewatched 13 Going on 30. Again, I just felt the need for like comfort. And I love that movie so much. I think Matt Flamhoff is the hottest guy ever.
Is that his last name?
Yeah.
Wow.
I adore him.
I just remember him as Maddie. Yeah,
the
he's
best.
Great, yeah,
like rom-com man. Mm-hmm. I think he's so hot.
And then the worst is Joe Fox. I'm so sorry, Nora Ephron. You cannot convince me. He's good.
Who?
Joe Fox. You've Got Mail.
Oh.
What's his name? Oh, I'm forgetting his name. Tom. Why am I blanking on his name right now? It's Meg Ryan. Tom Hanks. Oh my god. Whoa.
I was like,
that is Sunday
the main guy.
Yeah.
Tom
Hanks.
Yeah. Like,
have you seen it?
You've Got Mail. Yeah. Not for a while though.
Okay, well he's trash, but Maddie, I agree, is really great.
Yeah. Although that's Mark Ruffalo.
That's true.
So like it was gonna be good no matter what.
Yeah.
So yeah, I adore that movie so much. I watched the first Jackass movie for the first time. That shit is gross.
Really?
Like, I'm like, I understand why boys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it boy humor?
It's well, it's like, let's put like ew, it's so gross. Like, you see so many like balls, taints, buttholes, penises, like disgusting. And then this guy, like, there was a whole sequence of this guy, and he's like, they like plan to do this prank where they go like into a hardware store and he's gonna like actually take a shit in one of like the fake toilets at the hardware store.
Okay.
But he like shits in the car on the way over, and like everyone has to get out of the car because it smells so bad. And he like walks out of the car, he like waddles out of the car, and there's like shit. You like literally see the shit in his underwear, and he like touches it. And he's like, I gotta go home. And then the cameraman like barfs. And then they end up like going back like another day to do it, and he does take a shit in the hardware store, and it's fucking, I don't know, it's just like that shit is not funny to me personally. Like poop humor is like something else, like that is funny to me, but going to like a small business and like shitting in it, not my thing. I don't know. There's like another sequence where this guy is like pissing on
they like
snow.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop right there because I feel like I don't really know the concept of Jackass. Are they kind of like Impractical Jokers?
Yes, it's like pranks, but to other people, and then also to the group of people.
Right.
So there's like a group of guys. I don't know like how they got to be there.
The main guy is really hot,
Johnny Knoxville, and then there's Steve-O.
Right.
Like, those are kind of the main guys. It's, like, a lot of explosions and, like, shit and piss. They, like, put, like, a muscle stimulator on their balls and, like, make them do stuff. They, like one of them, like, climbed over an alligator facility with, like, meat coming out of his underwear, and the alligator, like, jumped up to get it. I don't know, like, I get why, like, this was funny, and this was a show first, and so they would, like, go on the show and, like, prank people.
Yeah.
And then also, like, fuck with themselves. Like, it's not just them doing it to other people, it's, like, very much themselves doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I'm, like, some high and mighty, like, comedy fucking connoisseur or whatever,
Yeah.
but,
But you
like,
know what you like and what you don't like, and that's
yeah,
fair.
and, like, this shit was literally disgusting. Like,
Yeah.
he literally pisses on snow and picks it up and eats it. It's actually fucked.
Okay,
It's
enough. I
gross.
actually don't need to know anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, then I rewatched Challengers.
Right.
Again, I just needed something good.
Greatest of all time.
I then watched Mother Mary, the first of the year of Anne Hathaway. I loved it. I thought it was great. I'm a
I
big
still
fan
need
of
to see
David
it.
Lowery. It felt very, like, whimsical, kinda like The Green Knight did. I've yet to see
Okay.
A Ghost Story, so I can't compare to that, but, yeah, I don't know, he just, like, introduces, like, whimsy, and he's really good at, like, capturing interesting shots. Like, it was beautifully shot. Anne Hathaway and Michaela Cole were incredible. They were so good, bantering off of each other. They had amazing chemistry. I was a big fan. I thought it was really cool. I also thought the music was great. I know I'm not a big Jack Antonoff person, but he did a good job. But yeah, I liked it quite a lot, and it was interesting. And then we watched Devil Wears Prada 2, which we're gonna be talking about. And then I watched Resident Evil, the first one, for the first time because Zach Kreger's Resident Evil trailer dropped last week, and I'm so excited for it. Love Zach Kreger, love Austin Abrams. I'm gonna be seated
I'll
for
be
that day
watching.
one.
Absolutely, just
And
for Austin.
so I do wanna, like, watch some of the original ones. It was boring. I was like, "Bleh, I don't like it." It's I don't know. It's like zombies, which I knew that's what it was. But I don't know. Maybe if I played the games, I would, like, have some kind of connection to this at all, but
Mhm.
she literally, like this woman wakes up with amnesia, and she's like, I don't know what to do." And she's, like, in this big house. She puts on a red satin dress with a gigantic slit in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
"That's the first thing you put on."
Right.
Like, what are you
In the
fucking
movie or in the game?
in the movie. In the
Oh,
movie. I don't know what she's doing I don't know if she's even in the game, but the
okay.
main character in this,
Yeah.
I was like, "This is so stupid." Like, and it's just, like, hot woman with a gun running
Mm.
around. I don't know. I thought it and, like, the premise, like, is interesting, and, like, I've watched some videos on, like, other Resident Evil stuff, and it's,
Mhm.
like, an interesting story. I just, like, don't know if this is actually, like, related at all, and other than, like, the setting and the, like, Umbrella Corporation, which is, like, the
Mhm.
main thing that whatever. It was bad.
Okay.
Then I rewatched Set It Up, which I love that movie so much. I would say it's maybe Glenn Powell's best performance. Is
And
that,
I
like, a
would
hot take?
no, because I would absolutely agree with you.
It's so good. I thought
It's fantastic.
it's incredible. And it's before he kinda gets, like, too chiseled, and he
Yes.
still has, like, a little bit of baby fat,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I appreciate. And then I watched the new movie Apex with Taron Egerton and Charlize Theron.
I still haven't finished that. Let me
It's
know how it went.
boring. It was
Oh, right.
boring.
Okay.
Taron Egerton looks hot, kind of, but he's also, like, a freak and the main villain. So,
Mm.
um, kind of weird
He keeps
dichotomy. One
screeching,
as a
and I'm,
yeah,
like,
he keeps
very
yeah,
off-putting.
and he'll
Yeah.
keep doing it.
Okay, cool.
And there's, like, a gross part in a cave that I didn't like.
Oh,
But Charlize Theron looks hot and sexy in it.
she can do anything. I
And
love her.
she's so strong and cool.
Yeah.
And then I finally watched Forbidden Fruits, which I liked but didn't love, which was kind of disappointing because of just, like, what it was. I wanted it to be that kind of, like, campy Diablo Cody, like, women, whatever. It didn't
Mhm.
really kind of ramp up until, like, the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And the writing to me, like, was not my favorite. I kinda wanted it to be like Jennifer's Body, Lisa Frankenstein, like, those to me, like, were quite well written.
Yeah.
Whereas this felt too Gen Z adjacent, like, trying to do too much like, "Hey, babes." Nah. And maybe that was the point. I don't know.
I think it was. Because I
It's
had an issue with it as well, but then I realized every girl talks like that, so I'm like, "Okay, maybe it's, like, just this it's this movie's, like,
yeah,
environment," So I
yeah.
let it go pretty quickly. But I get
Okay.
it.
Yeah. But it was interesting. I love the costumes. So cute.
Oh my god, yeah.
Everyone looked amazing.
Yeah.
That red wig left something to be desired for me, by Lily Reinhart, but not her fault.
Yeah. No, I thought she was
Um,
gonna take it off.
yeah.
I was like, this is a Party City wig that she's gonna keep on for, like, maybe 20 minutes, and then
Yeah.
she'll give us a reveal, but that did not
Mm-mm.
happen.
And, Victoria Pedretti looked so hot, especially as a blonde. Oh my
Obsessed
god,
with
she looks
her.
so good as a blonde.
Yeah.
She should dye her hair blonde.
Yeah, she did it for a time.
Okay.
Yeah, but she needs to go back to it,
But yeah,
for
she
sure.
looked incredible. And I just, like, love her character, and she was, like, out acting everyone on the screen at all times.
Mhm, mhm, by miles.
Sorry
Yeah.
to say. And then we watched Hokum, which we're gonna be talking about, and then when I got home from Hokum, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, um, "I like this one not as much as Caveat," which is his first feature film, Damien McCarthy's. And I was
Mm,
like, "I haven't seen that. I need to watch it." So I did, and it was very scary. Definitely much lower budget than Oddity and Hokum.
yeah.
It's about this guy going to this, like, remote island to, like, look after his friend's younger sister who's, like, I don't know, has, like, psychological problems, and, like, he has to, like, wear a harness in the house in order to, like, not go into her room, and then there's, like, ghosts. It was very scary.
Okay.
It was, like, a little bit more boring, I would say, than Oddity and Hokum, but there was, like, an entire sequence in, like, a crawl space. Oh my god, it was so scary. It was so scary, and I did not like watching it.
Then why
And
did you? I don't
I
know
don't know,
how you could
I was, like,
subject yourself to
alone
that.
with headphones on
Oh,
wi
you're
on my
crazy.
laptop, like, last night, and I was like this.
No.
Like, it
No.
was really spooky.
And you went to sleep
Some of
after.
it was kinda
That's
boring, but,
crazy.
like, it was spooky. Um, After I watched it, I played Super Mario Odyssey and, like, watched
Right.
YouTube videos for a couple hours to kinda, like, remove it
Yeah.
from my mind. And then I also rewatched, Now You See Me, Now You Don't yesterday, just, like, while I was hanging out
A
because it was
classic.
on Crave and I wanted to see
Is
Bosco
it?
Leroy. Yes,
Oh. Bosco Leroy.
Bosco Leroy.
So
And
good.
then in terms of TV, I'm still watching The Sopranos. I have one more episode left of season 3. We watched all of Off Campus as screeners,
Yes.
from Prime Video, which we're gonna be talking about, in another episode.
Yeah.
And then other TV. Oh, I'm finally up to date on Daredevil Born Again, and it's great and amazing. The season finale is on Tuesday. I'm very excited, except I can't even talk about
Wait,
what they've
no.
done to Michael Gandolfini.
Oh, okay, as long as Bullseye is safe, because that's why I'm gonna start
Okay, like,
watching.
I don't even know. I'm concerned. Also, love that
No.
you're, like, into Bullseye and you don't know anything else. Khadijah
I
keeps
saw
sending me Bullseye edits.
I'm just a girl. Hey, I saw one
And
Bullseye edit
I
of
don't blame
Wilson
you.
Bethel, and I said, "And I'm watching this show."
Yeah, and you should. It's a good ass show.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've done some crazy stuff. Cannot believe what they've done with Vanessa.
Who's
Very
Vanessa?
interesting. Kingpin's wife
Okay.
and with
Is Fisk
Karen
still in
Page.
it?
Who?
Fisk?
Yes, he's the main antagonist.
Okay, so he's been in it since season
He's been in it
3?
since Daredevil.
Oh, because I'm only watching season 3 just, like, to scrub through any Bullseye.
Oh, is he in that
Season 3?
of regular Daredevil?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Girl,
remember that.
girl,
Sorry,
get
that
to
came out
know.
that came out in 2015. Um,
Never mind. Yeah, I'm just trying to do my research before I
okay,
dive
that's
into
so
Daredevil.
great. Kingpin is, like, the main antagonist throughout the entire series.
I don't know who that is.
It's Wilson Fisk.
Oh, that's his name.
That's his
Okay.
name is Kingpin.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you know in, like, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse,
Yes.
the big giant guy with the bald guy, the black shirt?
Yeah.
That's Wilson Fisk. That's Kingpin.
Oh my god. Wait,
So
that's
he's also in the
crazy.
Spider-Man universe. Because, you know, in Spider-Man No Way Home,
Yeah.
when Daredevil is his lawyer,
Yeah.
he's in the universe.
Oh my god. Wait, that's so cool.
Yeah. Anyway,
Is Daredevil going to be in Avengers?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Although, like, Punisher, Frank Castle is in Spider-Man
The
Rainy
fourth one.
Day.
Yeah.
So, and then they're making, like, a separate Punisher show. Because, like, at the time that Daredevil was coming out, like, Marvel released Daredevil,
Jessica Jones.
Punisher, and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
All kind of around the same time, like, in the same universe.
Also Luke Cage.
Yeah, Luke. Yes, yeah. Which
And
I
there's
didn't
another one,
ever watch.
Iron Fist.
Yeah,
well.
which I also didn't watch.
Me either.
But I think I now want to watch Punisher in preparation for the Punisher movie because I really like Frank Castle and I love John Bernthal.
Yeah, John Bernthal. So good.
Anyway, I think that might be it.
My weeks in movies and shows. Well, shows, I started watching Running Point because that's back.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, it's a great show to watch while you're eating. It just feels like I'm back in it again. Though this time, Toronto is now in it because Brenda Song's character heads to Toronto for a little bit to work on the imaginary Toronto team, Toronto Grizzlies or something like that. I don't know. But they keep shitting on it because apparently it's like cold and miserable over here, which they're not wrong, but
sometimes it's nice.
Sometimes it's nice, you know what I mean? But like shots were fired for sure. And then we watched Off Campus, like we said. I have so many thoughts on that. I actually cannot wait to talk to you and Nicole about it. You've heard some of my thoughts yesterday, but I'm compiling a list and I need to get some things off my chest. So it's going to be very therapeutic for me, and I'm really excited. And then also shows the Daredevil show for me. But like I said, it's just a thirst watch right now for Bullseye.
Are you into Charlie Cox at all? Like, to me, like, Daredevil is so hot.
I think he was really hot in Adults.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I think.
But you don't think he's hot in this? That's crazy. That is crazy.
I mean, like, okay, here's the thing. Let's really get into it. The reason why I can't really commit because it's gonna delay me getting to like
that's
him right now. Do you know what I mean? I was debating with myself, should I start Daredevil from season 1? And I feel like I could really enjoy it. But it's also the fact that Fisk is in it from like season 1 of Daredevil to like now. I'm like, how long are we gonna be?
Girl, I'm gonna fighting him. I need him to go.
Do you know what I mean? And that reminds me of like Dan from One Tree Hill, like how he just never was always in the season, never died. I'm like, I can't do this again. So yeah, that's my like one trepidation with starting Daredevil, but I see how crazy I sound and look by telling you that I'm only watching season 3. It's funny. Bullseye. But whatever. I have the things I do. That's it for shows, I think. Oh no, also Beef. I'm liking it.
I started season 2, but to be honest, I had to turn it off because I'm like, it's too passive aggressive. I'm getting stressed out.
It is. Kaylee Spaney. Oh, she makes me so angry.
I know. And like, oh my God.
Charles Melton, I'm like, you're just a big demo. That's
big, like himbo central.
Yeah.
And like Oscar Isaac, like muttering under his breath, being like, oh my God, she's such a fucking idiot. And like, I was like, oh, I'm so stressed out.
But yeah, I'm enjoying that for now. And then for movies, I rewatched Uncut Gems. And you know what's so great is that I thought I'd remembered everything about this movie, and then the last like 10 minutes happened. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, really?
I totally remember. I knew. Well, I don't want to spoil it because I feel like if you're gonna watch Uncut Gems, you should go into it not knowing it. But also, it came out like 6 years ago or something like that. 7. I watched You, Me, and Tuscany, which was really cute, and I liked it a lot. But still, you
not making any money.
No, don't talk about that. I'm up from the negatives, okay? I'm like at, I don't even know what, 30 million, I want to say, probably even less, but I'm making money, so leave me alone. Not everyone can have a Super Mario Galaxy.
It's so true. I'm luck. It was pure luck.
You know what? Talk to me after Toy Story 5 comes out. So
true.
I don't know. I'm hoping it makes money. Anyways, and then I watched Fuse, which was such a dad movie. My dad would love the shit out of it. And I enjoyed it, but it was very predictable in the sense that once you realize like the kind of trope David Mackenzie was trying to do, you kind of figured out what the story was, but I had no intention of watching Fuse in theaters. I only went because Theo James was going to be there in person, and then it turns out that he was doing an intro and a Q&A together, and not just like an intro and then coming back for a Q&A like a Q&A is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that just really like irked me to no end. But that day was crazy because earlier I had met Sean Hattasey on the street with Serena and Miriam, and so I really took Age Gap April very seriously. And
April.
it was like honestly one of the greatest days. But yeah, Fuse was okay. And then I watched Sitting in Bars with Cake. So sad. Based on a true story.
That's the
Ended in
one
a
with
tragic way.
Odessa and
Yar Shahidi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
I'm
that's
very late
sad.
to the party, but I really enjoyed it. And let me tell you something. I'm a fan of Odessa. She can act down.
She's good.
She's really
really good.
I know, and I'm really glad she got her flowers the past award season with Marty Supreme, and she's going to fucking kill it. In any role she takes. I know it. And then I watched 27 Dresses for the first time, which
for the first time?
For the first time. Which is why I gave it a 4 stars. I'm like, I needed something like this to like re-energize me. And my goodness, was it giving absolute like 2000s classic. Literally, I have the soundtrack on my phone. It's so whimsical. It's so good. It's so good. And James Marsden.
Yeah.
I mean, why isn't he in more things, first and foremost, but also I need him in another rom-com. I don't care.
Sister is a bitch.
Oh, I hated her.
I hate the sister.
I hated her.
And I can't believe she like forgives her. Pissed me off.
I was like, you pissing me off for real.
Pissing me off.
Pissing me off. I'm like, I get that, like blood is thicker than water, but bitch, no. Because if I tell you that I'm into this guy and you date him and like
also, if you ruin my dead mother's wedding dress, bitch, I'm gonna kill you.
That's yeah. She was like, oh, but I'm your sister. It's like, no, you were yesterday and today you're the bitch who like tore my mother's wedding dress. I was like, gag her. Exactly.
Gag it.
Clock it. And so yeah, that was a really fun watch. And I bought it on DVD because I was like, I knew that I knew that I was gonna like it, and then I did. So now I have it, and I'm very happy with that. And then I watched Good Will Hunting in the theater, which is crazy. I love this movie. It is a part of me. I hold it very dear and near to my heart. And so to watch it on a big screen with my best friend Priya, who'd never seen it,
that is crazy.
I know.
That's crazy. Great job, Priya, for like holding out.
Dude, first of all, we watched at 9:45, right? On a
She's
Thursday.
A trooper.
We both were going into work the next day. And we had left at like midnight. And so I heart you so much. Thank you so much for doing that because I don't think anyone else would. But it was so great. And she loved it as much as I knew she would. So that's great. And then I watched The Devil Wears Prada 2 with you. And then we watched Hokum together. And then I watched a little bit of Apex, but I have not finished yet because honestly, it is a bit stressful because I'm like, I know you, Charlize, and I know you, Taryn, and this is weird. This is like 2 actors I never thought would ever be in a movie together.
I think that's just kind of the problem with so many of these like straight to Netflix. Like honestly, the cat and mouse kind of chase trope is just like really overused, but or overdone. But like the problem with so many of this is just like they get 2 big name actors and then they just kind of are like,
here you go,
big set piece, and then like actions, and it's like these are 2 people who I know, and it's not interesting.
Yeah. Exactly. And then they have Eric Bana in there for like 2.5 seconds. I'm like, his sexy ass should be in there for a lot longer than like 4 minutes.
For real.
It was really sad. But yeah, that's the end of our watch. Moving on to The Devil Wears Prada 2, directed by David Frankel. The story follows an older Miranda Priestley navigating the decline of print media, forced to seek help from her former assistant, Emily Charlton, now a powerful Dior executive. Andy Sachs returns to Runway to help revive its credibility, facing a power struggle involving a new hostile owner. Olivia, what are your thoughts on this movie?
I liked it. I think it didn't really need to exist to me personally.
Yeah.
And I think personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the original. Like, I like it quite a lot, but it's not like it's not like a ride or die movie for me.
Mm.
And so, like, this is the kind of sequel that didn't really need to exist. It's like almost more of an extended epilogue than like a necessary continuation.
Yeah.
But it's hard to deny like the pull and funness of these characters and this world. And to its credit, like, it didn't fall completely into the trap of just like rehashing the original, which is like usually the case with I don't know, I guess like a requel, or whatever we're calling these now.
Yeah.
And instead of just trying to rehash like the original story, it kind of tries to engage with like the present moment, particularly like you said, like the decline of traditional media and like the evolving landscape of journalism as a whole. And like there's something really compelling with that idea, and I liked how they did it a lot, and I liked how they introduced it to Runway, and like that kind of slow unraveling of an industry that once defined Andy Sachs and her character, and like the question of like what relevance looks like in like a very digital first world added like a really interesting layer of modern society onto it, which to me like justified, I guess, enough like the revisiting of the story. But I don't know if like it was something that like I really needed. The characters too are like a mixed bag to me. Like there's an undeniable pleasure in watching this like incredible cast like slip back into the roles. Like Miranda Priestly obviously is an iconic character. Andy Sachs I love, but I don't know if the writing always gives them enough to work with. And like Andy's career evolution is interesting on paper, but like the film undercuts her by like rarely letting her expertise actually matter in like a meaningful way. And Miranda Priestly like remains a very compelling force of presence, but like she's noticeably softened here.
Yes, that's an issue
like,
that I also had with it.
Yeah, she definitely like loses some of that like really icy edge that like made her so iconic in the first place. And like obviously there's hints of like growth in her dynamic with Andy that like land emotionally, but like I find that they're pretty fleeting. And then characters like Nigel kind of feel like almost frustratingly underused, and they're kind of he's like reduced almost to like callbacks and like background presence rather than like giving any kind of like meaningful progression. And like one of the main conflicts in the first movie is Nigel not getting the promotion or whatever he was like about to receive. And they kind of like mention that, but then just completely throw it away. It's like, oh, she's done that to me a bunch of times. And it's like, okay, so like why was it a big deal that time? So I don't know. It, like the supporting,
because they also mentioned in the first movie that she's done it to him before. It's like, oh, it's Miranda, she'll pay me back. And then you fast forward to this movie, it's like, no, she's done that many times after that. Yet he never says anything, and I'm just
never
like,
says anything. And then it takes Andy to go like, you have to tell her. And then when Andy mentions give Nigel this opportunity, Miranda's like, oh, he would have told me.
Yeah, he's never said anything to me.
Bro.
Come on.
20 years of working together, he's never said anything. Anyway, that seems crazy to me. And a lot of the newer additions kind of blur together to me, like without leaving much of an impression. Like, I don't know, like BJ Novak's character, useless to me. He's just like an annoying kind of antagonist. Even though like Justin Theroux's character was also just like a dumb antagonist, and then Emily's character is brought back kind of as an antagonist, but also like as a friend. She was kind of a more complex character, and like I found her interesting. But and like Andy's love interest, like I remember like whispering to you in the theater being like, I like that she's not married. Like I kind of like that her character didn't do that. She like focused on her career, and then it felt just kind of like a weird throwaway to like introduce this Australian man, but also just like let her be single. Like
let her slay on her own.
But also like, how did her being with this Australian man impact the story at all?
It didn't.
It was literally like just someone else for her to interact with about things.
I think someone read, I don't know if they included it, but it's like it felt like someone very high up in the studio was like,
Yeah.
there should be a boy in this. The girl should get the boy at the end, you know? There should
Yeah.
be a romance that someone that we need to root for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
I think it was very unnecessary. No shade, no tea on that actor. I just think, I don't know. It wasn't
Yeah.
needed.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Anyway, visually, I also found it's kind of a step down than the original. Like, for a
Oh,
film
yeah.
so deeply rooted in fashion and visual identity, it like lacks a lot of the precision and flair of the original. Like, the styling is still strong. Like, there are still some incredible looks. And like, I literally like whispered every other second, like, Anne Hathaway literally looks stunning right now.
Yeah.
But like the cinematography and kind of just like overall feel of it, like just or overall look of it feel flatter and like more generic. And like not quite as fun as the original. But like overall, like I didn't have a bad time. It works more often than it doesn't. I found the performances carry a lot of the weight, and there's a comfort almost in like returning to these dynamics that like make the film like a super easy, fun watch. And there are genuinely funny moments, like some sharp one-liners and like a handful of like pretty good emotional beats, especially with Nigel and Andy. And like a lot about ambition and sacrifice and like the choices women make in prioritizing career over like traditional expectations that like really do resonate, especially with me. And yeah, like Anne Hathaway looks stunning in every scene, but yeah, it's just it leans heavily into nostalgia, sometimes to a fault. The first like act in particular feels like a bit overly self-aware and like eager to remind you like why you love the original. It's like,
Yes.
look at her crossing the street.
Oh
Look
my
at her
God,
jaywalking.
yes! Literally, look at her jaywalking in this fabulous shoes. It's
Yeah.
like, and there was like, I'm not even kidding, like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, so
throughout
many.
the movie.
So many.
It was insane.
But yeah, anyway, once it settles like more into the rhythm, it feels like it kind of finds its footing, but it never really escapes like that nostalgia first energy. And like I don't think it at all like recaptures that kind of like lightning in a bottle magic that the first one has. It's like less biting, less stylish, less precise in the storytelling, but it's also not like a hollow, cynical cash grab. So I think it could have been way worse. There's like enough charm and like genuine affection for these characters that like I had a really good time. I just like don't know if it like needed to exist. What about you?
No, I wholeheartedly agree. Did we need it? No. Did I like it? Sure. Like, I think
Yeah.
it's fun that these characters came back, but it's a very surface level enjoyment for me. I think yeah, you quickly realize that it just doesn't have the same warmth or soul that the first one has. And as someone who does revere the first one a lot, I really I love it because Andy Sachs is one of the it journalism girls from the 2000s. Like, how could I not? I think you're right. Like, it really just banks on nostalgia way too much. And honestly, while there's a few of us that harp on that, like it will do numbers at the box office.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, and this is my more of my main issue, and I said this to you after the screening, was that the glitz and glamour worked for 2000 Andy Sachs because Anne Hathaway was a girl next door Anne Hathaway.
Mhm.
20 years later in 2026, she's movie star Anne Hathaway. So when she's walking around in Louis Vuitton and I don't even know what, Versace and whatever else, I'm thinking, no, that's Anne Hathaway, because I saw her on Instagram wearing the exact same things in Milan at a fashion house. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
Especially during that scene where they're walking through halls. I'm just like, Meryl Streep. I could see them all together, like being at a photo shoot, like during Paris Fashion Week. It just didn't feel like the movie, and I don't know that it's any fault of their own. I just think the landscape has changed, and also a lot more eyes on celebrities, and that just wasn't the case back then. But now it's like you do get photographed, and we see them on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram and everything. So it's like they're more present to us. So seeing Anne Hathaway now, I'm just like, you're Anne Hathaway. It didn't feel like Andy Sachs to me. And then my other main issue is that they completely, I don't want to say assassinated Miranda Priestley's character, but they defanged her, declawed her.
Yeah.
And what made her really special in the first one is that she held true to her meanness in a way, but you still saw the soft spot she had for Andy, for making her want, for wanting her to be great. Also, her not remembering Andy pissed me off. I'm like, I get that it was just a blip in her life, but she made an impact on you, as the movie showed us.
Mm-hmm.
And then for her to be like, "Oh, I don't remember you." I'm like, why
Yeah.
would you do that? That just like left such a bitter taste in my mouth, and I'm like, fuck. And she has to like re-earn her trust and whatever
Yeah.
else.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah. But I think more on Andy. Like, I think she's also just not better as a character, because what made her interesting was she was very new to the space as a like hard news journalist, and then she came to Runway, and like there was this tension that she had with her coworkers, and this like environment that she stepped in, that now she's walking into the space again, but she feels very like bumbly, instead of
Mm-hmm.
like this empowered, like you like at the beginning of the movie you won an award for your work, you know what I mean? I just didn't get that confidence that she should have had in herself.
Yeah.
I don't know who decided that shift to change or happen, but I don't think it really resonated in the way that they wanted to. And then with Emily Blunt, I think she was great as her character. But I think, she's stuck in a plot that literally had nowhere to go, and I hate that it like revolved around a man half the time.
I hated that Justin Theroux's character.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's great for what they were trying to say in terms of how the media landscape is changing, but I think having Emily like being pinned to him the whole time was sickening. And they did so much face work on him that made him be so uncomfortable.
I hated it. And like a weird fake tan.
Yeah. That was definitely either Mark Zuckerberg or Elon Musk. I'm not sure which. It could be an amalgamation of both.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like while I enjoyed characters like Nigel, and I love Simone Ashley in this, and Caleb Heron, like people that I actually enjoy watching, I felt like this at the end of this movie, I didn't really feel anything. I just think the fashion sequences, the dialogue, some were witty, some not, and the familiar references, which they do drop, are enjoyable to an extent, but it's nothing that we haven't already seen or heard before.
Yeah.
But the plus side is that I like what I had to say about technology and the changing industry of journalism, and how the written word will always be superior to anything else out there, and it holds value, even if these tech bros think otherwise. And I think it's we need it now more than ever, because it's really harrowing what's happening to print journalism. We need to save it at all costs, and I feel like this movie is very aware of that, and I appreciate that it's brought that to the forefront. But beyond that, I don't think this movie was all that necessary. And I really hope there isn't a third one. And if there is,
girl, scrap it.
Yeah, scrap it while you can.
No, let's not.
Yeah. And then now I was thinking about another Anne Hathaway movie that's getting not a sequel, a third movie. What's a third movie called? A sequel? Is it a requel?
A third movie, like in a trilogy?
Yeah.
Or like I don't know, a threequel.
It would be a threequel. Okay, The Princess Diaries 3 is coming out. And now I'm scared for this one, because I was somewhat excited for Devil Wears Prada 2. And then I watched it and I was like, well, that just kind of felt like more of the same. And I don't think that was necessary. Now I'm like, I don't want Princess Diaries 3.
Well, this is I don't know why they're doing this. Is like the requel type thing, like with Scream, like what they did. Yeah, like bringing back like legacy characters for like no reason.
Yeah.
Literally no reason. Moving on to Damien McCarthy's Hokum. When novelist Ohm Bauman retreats to a remote inn to scatter his parents' ashes, he is consumed by tales of a witch haunting the honeymoon suite. Disturbing visions and a shocking disappearance forces him to confront dark corners of his past. Kadija, what did you think of this movie?
Listen, when you told me this was written and directed by the same director as Oddity, I was immediately like, oh fuck. This is about to be ooky spooky. Because one thing about him, he will set a spooky atmosphere. Had no idea what the story was about, other than the fact that Adam Scott was in it. I thought of what is the word hokum? I thought it was gonna be something about ancient Egypt.
I think it meant because he mentioned it when
Yeah.
I think when like Fiona mentioned like witches and folklore, and he was like,
Does that
"Oh,
mean
hokum."
bullshit?
I think it means like bullshit, like hocus pocus, like not real.
Right. Okay. I don't know why. I was like ancient Egypt.
Should we look it up? Hokum.
Yes, please. Let's do a bit of research on
Definition.
that.
Hokum is defined as nonsense, bunkum, or insincere, pretentious material designed to evoke a specific, often sentimental or comedic audience response. Pure hokum.
Wait.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pretentious nonsense. Interesting.
Well,
and here we are.
Yeah. and here we are. I thought Adam Scott was great. Like, one thing about him, he will eat down in a dramatic role, and that's only how I knew. You said you watched him in Parks and Rec. I haven't seen it, but I did see a little bit of Severance season 1, and he was great in that. I just think like he was so good as the protagonist. He plays this like deeply depressed, unlikable character who falls into this mystery and has to be inventive in ways to get out of the situation that he's in. And it was really entertaining watching him. It's more of a horror mystery than a straight folk horror, which unravels in a really unnerving pace. And if you know anything about Damien McCarthy, it's that he loves a slow burn of a movie and he excels in it. And this movie is no different, because with every scene, you're just like holding your breath, waiting for something to happen. And the moment you think it's going to happen, it's like, no, it's going to happen 3 seconds later. And it's just like I can't stand I can't stand it. But that's what makes it so great. Not really a big fan of horror, but I'm starting to get into it, and I think he's one of the best, to be honest. Like, I don't know if I'll ever watch Crease on my own, maybe like on a sunny day when the sun's shining and I can open my curtains and like watch it. But I think it's really fun in a theater, especially when you're watching it with someone. The sound design was insane. That's one that I was like, when you saw me like hide under my jacket, I was also like going like this, like I didn't have to hear the jump scare.
That is like jump scares are half sound, maybe I would maybe even say like 2/3 sound. Like it's like the and then it always goes quiet, and then it's like boom,
like something has to happen. I just think the script is really tight, and I don't think it like reinvents the wheel by chance, but I think when you throw enough interesting characters together, and in an environment that I don't think I've ever seen a horror movie that's set in like a hotel room. So I think that's
The Shining.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Is this set? Yeah. Oh, I guess
it's all in a hotel.
Really? Hotel room?
There are scary
hotel
parts
rooms
that take place in a room.
No, I have not seen The Shining, which I probably should. It's about time. But how scary is it, by the way?
The Shining?
Yeah.
To me, there's like an air of campiness just because of like the era that it came out in.
Yeah.
But I would say it's pretty scary. Like, not like jump scare type scary though. Kind of like eerie and like upsetting.
Upsetting. Okay. Yeah, because
like,
I was
it's like it's like a dad's like breakdown psychologically, like staying in this like isolated hotel.
Right.
And then he kind of like turns on his family.
Interesting.
But then there's also ghosts. It's like interesting.
Oh, I should definitely watch it. I feel like I will. I watched The Exorcist for whatever reason, and that was actually pretty good.
I didn't find that scary.
It's not scary. I think it is kind of a little bit in terms of what it deals with, because it's like a woman possessed and that shit. I don't fuck with that. That's not good. But yeah, I actually like the story. But anyways, back to Hokum.
Yeah.
I think above all, it's a properly scary movie, and it does an effective job at getting under your skin, which I think, what's the point of a horror movie if it doesn't do that? Overall, I knew that he was going to deliver a story that made sense and wasn't just like some bullshit gimmicky thing, because the reason that Oddity stuck with me so much was beyond that it got my heart racing to like that's a movie that's never done that before. I think there's a beautiful story behind it, a tragic story, an
Yeah.
interesting story, one that you can actually sink your teeth in and will stick with you. And I genuinely can say the same for Hokum. It doesn't feel, I don't want to like, throw Blumhouse under the bus, but Blumhouse, oftentimes their horror movies feel very like just thin structurally and story wise. And they really hinder on the jump scares and the monsters and whatever.
Yeah.
And I just feel like with Damien, he prioritizes story first and then the jump scares around that. Which there are jump scares and whatever. It's a horror movie, but I can appreciate when a director wants to make effort with the material and not just the tropes in the genre. What are your thoughts on Hokum?
I loved it. And like not as much as Oddity, but this to me like further cemented Damien McCarthy as like one of the most distinct voices like working in horror.
Yeah.
And his approach continues to feel like very refreshing. And it feels less concerned with like cheap thrills and like very much focused, like you said, like on character and like psychology and like kind of that slow unraveling feeling of like something unsettling. And it's like not just about what's lurking in the dark, but like what's already living inside of these characters. And like at the center of that, it's definitely Adam Scott as Ohm Bauman playing
What
this
an
man.
interesting name.
I know.
Let's search that up. What's the origin?
It has to be Irish, I feel like.
Do you think? Name.
Or Jewish, maybe? Ohm Bauman
Norwegian.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it's a very interesting name. And you can feel him like that he's weighed down by grief and guilt and like this past that he can't really like outrun.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely like a huge prick at the beginning and
Absolutely.
you see it. And like the horror feel like lands so much harder because it feels like very internal as much as it is external.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's that kind of like through line of like trauma and self-destruction that feels very personal and textured in its execution. And like that's why I really liked Oddity. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I like Oddity maybe more than this, because I felt more connected to that story of like the medium trying to like solve her sister's murder versus this story. But I still found it really, really good and interesting. And I did find this film particularly like leaned a little bit more heavily on the jump scares than his previous work.
Mm-hmm.
And like while many of them were like, great and like very well crafted jump scares, like several of them had me like outwardly screaming, like I screamed loudly in the theater.
Let's talk about that Momo ass look. What?
Okay, gotta be honest. Momo was like one of my biggest fears growing up.
No,
like I still can't even look at that. Like I can't look it up. Like it really scares me. Like
I'm terrified.
So scary.
I think, and I think we were the only ones that like viscerally had a reaction to that. Everyone's like, "Oh, yeah," and like, very soft.
Me and Kadija screamed loudly,
and, like, leapt off our seats. Like I don't even. What? How else would you react to that? Everyone was so chill about it. I'm like, y'all, that's fucking terrifying.
I know. And then I felt embarrassed that we had like screamed.
No, I'm sorry. One thing about me, I will not feel embarrassed for my reactions in a fucking horror movie. Yeah, we paid to be there. Yeah, we paid to be scared, and it's gonna be scary. But still, it's part of the fun. And I just wasn't ready to see that because in no way was I ready for it.
No,
I just like why would you do that?
It was really scary. That was by far the scariest part. Like that whole sequence with the TV and
the kids show,
Momo looking ass, like the kids show, whatever that was. And like so many, like the witch jump scared.
Mm-hmm.
The witch was interesting because you could always hear it coming.
Yeah.
Like the chains and stuff. Like it was never like
and the whispering.
But the few times it was like really jumping out was the Momo looking bunny thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of, I guess, like how they utilized that.
Mm-hmm.
Was kind of the main jump scare. The witch like was scary and like there was one near the end, I guess. When he's down in the basement and she like grabs him like kind of closer to the end, like that was like a very.
I was thinking when she was crawling up.
The shaft thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was some great jump scares, but this movie leaned more heavily on the jump scares than Oddity, I personally found.
Yeah, I'd have to
Like, the
agree.
main one in Oddity is the one with the tent, which I still think about. But, like,
Oh, I can't.
Oddity to me felt like it relied more on, like, silence and, like, in the dark, like, what's lurking in the dark.
Yeah.
Um, but the buildup is often, like, more frightening than the payoff, which, like, really speaks to just kind of how strong Damien McCarthy's, like, sense of atmosphere and, like, tone are.
Mhm.
And, like, I really think he does a good job. Narratively, I think, like, this movie felt a bit uneven, like, particularly, I think it didn't really get started until, like, about a third of the way in.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda,
Yeah.
like, took its time settling into a rhythm, and, like, until he kinda got locked in the room, I feel like I was kinda like,
Where are we
"Okay,
going with
like,
this?
let's do it."
Yeah.
I guess, like, um, the inciting incident is when Fiona finds him in the hotel room,
Mhm.
but then, like, when it doesn't really feel like it gets started as, like, a horror movie until he gets locked in that room.
Which is why I think it's more of a mystery, horror mystery, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But they refuse to put that in any of the, like,
Yeah,
headlines, which
yeah,
is
they want
odd.
you to think it's horror.
Yeah.
But, like, once it clicks, like, once the haunted hotel, the folklore elements, like, the central mystery begin to intertwine, it becomes, like, much more engaging, and, like, the second half in particular leans into that more, like, puzzle box, like, escape room, like, piecing it together,
Yeah.
and it was really interesting.
Sorry. Can I just say, I thought of, um, one of the other jump scares that, like, it was funny, but also scary, but more funny than scary. It's when the witch followed him into the hotel room, he
Mhm.
locked the door, and she jumps, like,
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's, like, that window that's so high up, and I'm like, "Girl, you're just jumping
Michael
this."
Jordan over here, like, how
Like,
did she
yeah,
reach that?
how did you reach that? So, yeah, sorry about that. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, that it was yeah.
It was a
Like we
lot.
were saying, the biggest jump scare was the, Momo-looking bunny
Mhm.
face thing, and I was talking with the same friend after who told me that I watched Caveat, and he was like I told him, I was like, "What was that? Like, I don't what is that? Like, why was it there?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "It's probably some kind of, like, perversion of, like, the kids show that he was watching at the time when he accidentally fired the gun."
Okay.
And I was like, "Oh, interesting. That makes sense." Because I was like, "Why does it look like that?
Yeah.
Why does it have bug eyes? Why is it like a bunny?"
Yeah.
He has, like, a thing for bunny rabbits, like, really
Clearly.
what the heck is going on? Because his first film, Caveat, has a bunny thing as well,
Yeah.
and I feel like Oddity maybe did as well.
Yeah, it definitely did.
Um, or at least, like, it played with, like,
Leave the bunnies
shapes
alone,
and stuff.
Damien.
Yeah, it was really weird, and scary. I thought the writing was really strong,
Mhm.
and the narrative comes together in a way that feels earned rather than, like, convenient, and the final act, like, really delivers on that kind of slow burn setup, that it had, and so it may not have hit the highs of, like, as Oddity, like, just because that movie was so unexpected for me, I had no idea what to
Yeah.
expect going into it.
Yeah.
This movie stands out as being, like, really great and, um, still stands out in, like, the horror genre, and, like, landscape right now as, like, something really interesting and refreshing and, like, a clear sense of ownership from Damien McCarthy,
Mhm.
which I think is great. Because like, I agree. I think of, like, the Blumhouse bullshit that they're just pumping out of,
Yeah.
like,
Sorry, Imagination was or what's it called? Imagination?
Imaginary.
Imaginary, whatever the movie was called, was
Yeah.
so bad. It turned like, I was watching it and I was like, "Is this supposed to be scary?" I couldn't fathom that this was labeled a horror.
Blumhouse, I feel like, is known for almost doing, like, horror comedies more so now. It's like it has, like, Happy Death Day and the
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's movies and, like,
Oh, bring back Happy Death Day. I would
um
happily sit through, like, 8 of those.
but then I think of, like, what it had at one point, which is, like, Sinister. I feel was
Right.
that a Blumhouse, I think? Like,
Yeah.
that was
Insidious?
really
Was that a
scary. I
Blumhouse?
don't think so. I don't think any of the Insidious movies
Oh,
are.
okay.
Or, like, The Purge, like, the original
Oh
Purge,
my
like
god, is that Blumhouse? The Purge?
yeah. Maybe
Look,
Insidious is.
they
Or
had
maybe some of the later Insidious ones.
mm,
But, like, not like the Conjuring movies or something, but it feels different than that. It's not like that. It's like I hate fucking using the word, like, elevated horror. I think it's so stupid, but
well, go ahead.
then
Use
when I
it.
think of, like, the Blumhouse horror that's
Yes.
coming out recently versus, like, this or, like, Obsession, Cory Barker's Obsession,
Mhm.
and, like, that feels different. Like, it doesn't feel like that. But I don't really know what to call that. Like, well-written movies?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I enjoyed it. In terms of my rating of all 3 Damien McCarthy movies, I'd probably say Oddities number 1, and then I'd probably put Hokum number 2, Caveat number 3, just because they felt less connected to the characters in Caveat, but it was still really, really scary. What the
Mm.
fuck?
Can I leave you with a Letterboxd review?
Yes, of course.
This person _Medino gave it 4 stars, and he said, "Hokum, I hope she does."
That's so true. That's
Yeah,
so true.
exactly. Yeah, and that's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed.
Thank you so much.